Alright. We have another new author, for at least for me, Absent-Minded Nihilist. This is the first SCP that we get to read from theirs. From the looks of it, they have they have a couple in Series 3, Series 4, and Series 5. And even one or two in Series 6. But Absent-Minded Nihilist wrote Crow's Revenge. So we shall see what is the revenge all about. Euclid. Special containment procedures. -1 instances are to be fed using an automated feeding system that will be examined once every 8 hours by medical staff, and the discomfort resulting from the infection is to be alleviated as much as possible. -1 instances are not to be made aware of the anomalous properties of SCP-2376 in order to allow communication between -1 instances and personnel. A text-based communicator suitable for use by persons with severely limited mobility should be provided to each instance of -1. When treating -1 instances, medical staff should close their eyes every 5 minutes and then reopen them. In order to view any messages that may have been written. Under no circumstances are patients to be removed from their rooms or disposed of. Personnel treating -1 are to follow all instructions given to them without fail and should be frequently reminded that they are treating a human being. All -1 instances as well as samples of SCP-2376 are located at Site 234. MTF Beta 7 Mass Hatters are to check for instances of -1 in hospitals located in infected area. I'm wondering something real quick. Here we go. I'll do this later. Sorry about that. Description: SCP-2376 is a substrain of tetanus, Clostridium tetani, carried by the common crow, Corvus brachyrinchus. SCP-2376 is transmissible to humans. Infected humans are designated instances of -1. The first stage of infection, lasting anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks, is characterized by the normal symptoms of tetanus as well as a severe skin rash, vertigo, and painful cough. High fever, painful muscle spasms, and rapid loss of mobility. Instances of -1 in their first stage will often report a constant faint odor of straw and corn, as well as describing all objects to have a rough burlap-like texture regardless of their composition. The second stage of the infection is when SCP-2376 anomalous properties manifest. All instances of -1 are perceived as normal, inanimate scarecrow by any humans observed. Perceived as normal, inanimate scarecrow by any human observers. The observers do not appear to be aware that. Wait a minute. The second stage of the infection is when all instances of -1 are perceived as normal, inanimate scarecrow by any human observers. The observers do not appear to be aware that the infected individual is missing, or that the scarecrow has replaced it. Any vocalization by -1 instances will not be registered. Motion is not visible to observers, but if a person observing an -1 instance breaks visual contact while the instance is moving, the instance will appear to have moved when the observer regains visual contact. Motion detectors and audio recordings will function as normal. Photographers and other visual recordings of infected subjects, however, are still not perceived normally. Death of the -1 instance results in the cessation of SCP-2376 effect on perception. The loss of mobility, fever, and other symptoms can be remedied with usual tetanus treatments. The effects on perception as of the time of writing appears to remain even after other symptoms cease. Marine models have indicated that SCP-2376 is capable of causing neonatal infections like its non-anomalous counterpart. After marine subjects began attempting to cannibalize infected marine subjects, it has been hypothesized that mice perceive infectees to be edible straw. As such, no human infected with -1 should be allowed near mice. Oh fuck. Gotcha. Test is ongoing around infected areas to determine if SCP-2376 has spread to any other carrier species. Similarities between the effects of SCP-2376, the SCP-2136 pathogen, and instances of SCP-2218 have been noted. Investigation into whether the anomalous properties affecting SCP-2218 instances are an altered version of SCP-2376 or vice versa is ongoing. Recovery log. Multiple corpses were discovered in the garbage disposal units of a hospital in the town of Redacted, Iowa. The hospital staff claimed that they had disposed of scarecrows that had been left in the hospital wards and dressed in hospital scrubs as a prank. No. The first instance of -1 is believed to be an 8-year-old boy named from the neighboring town of Redacted, who died a week before the discovery at the hospital. The father was tried for murder and acquitted with an insanity defense when he called police, reporting that the scarecrow he had nailed up 3 days before had been replaced with the body of his son. Was determined to have died of the dehydration, but autopsy revealed that presence of SCP-2376 pathogen in his bloodstream, and his father described that he suffered symptoms similar to those seen in the infection's first stage. Addendum: a variant of SCP-2376 has been discovered in Redacted, Illinois, which is transmitted by pigeons. It has similar symptoms to SCP-2376 and an identical anomalous effect, save for the infected are perceived as mannequins. Due to the urban nature of the new strain origin point and increased risk of an epidemic, reclassification for cattle has been suggested. Thinking your loved ones are scarecrows. That is messed up, because then like you imagine like you think your child is a scarecrow, so you hang it up in the garden, and then like your neighbor see, like as a neighbor you see your neighbor like having the child just hanging up there in the middle of the garden. You're just going like, you're going to take your child back down? Is this like a little prank, a little like joke? Oh, they're dying. Oh, they're shit. Oh, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I can see why it's Crow's Revenge. It's literally like making you believe people who are infected are scarecrows. Making you believe they're scarecrows, and yeah, you either get eaten by mice or you hang and dehydrate. It does remind me of the fear toxin, like from the Scarecrow in Batman, where like you believe you see something, but instead of like your inner fear, your biggest fear is being realized, it's more like you think you're a scarecrow. Like people around you think you're a scarecrow. That's wild. Getting infected by a crow, just and then thinking your friend, family member is a scarecrow. Sadly, not Scarecrow. That would be cool. We got... Nope. We got fathers hanging their children out in the sun due to a illusionary disease. It's just messed up. It is messed up. That poor father, he's never gonna recover from this emotionally. He's like, oh, my son's dead and I'm responsible for... I mean, probably for a while he did not think he was responsible. He literally thought that like somebody else did it. Somebody replaced my son with the Scarecrow. Little did he know it was him.